What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Joe Barber putting up this video. Hopefully everybody's doing good today. Today is Thursday and it's about, I want to say like it's about to be 11 o'clock, and I got my first appointment at 11:30 and then I'm booked for the rest of the day. Just jumping online to say what's up to everyone, and that I hope you're having a good day. I hope your mind is functioning well. I hope your health is well. And I hope that you're in a position where you believe in yourself. Today I really want to talk about that. Is just really just believing in you and not believing what other people are saying. A lot of times we fall victim to that, right? And we keep thinking whatever other people couldn't accomplish that we can't accomplish. And you're gonna have obstacles, man. You're gonna have plenty of obstacles in your life, and you have to have that desire of wanting more. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. Appreciate what you have and be grateful for what you have. But, you know, I will tell you, when you want more, it pushes you into growing and becoming bigger and better than you were before. And I think that's one of the things that I have that I felt was like a curse. I felt like I always wanted to do more, and I always wanted more out of life. But I don't ever want to feel like I don't appreciate what I do have. I appreciate the little things. I appreciate my house. I appreciate my cars. I appreciate my clothing. I appreciate my dogs, my health, all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm very appreciative of that, but I still want more out of life. Unfortunately, money is one of the major factors that keeps us from having the freedom of doing what we want to do. So we have to figure out how to use our talents, use our experiences to be able to attain some money. There's a lot of ways of making money without it really like disturbing your peace, and you don't have to become this negative or this other person, or you don't have to, you just have to be you and embrace it, but also use your talents and your gifts to be able to bring in some of the money. You could make money off of YouTube. You can make money off of Instagram. You can make money off of all that kind of stuff. Me personally, that's not one of the things that I'm focused on. Maybe down the line I'd be able to tap into, using Facebook and Instagram and all that. Like, I get offers to be able to do it. I just don't put the effort into it because I'm busy trying to open my school. I'm in my office right now where I was just cleaning up. I really want to do some stuff on the walls. Put some frames up, pictures, just, the people that I've met, moments that I've experienced in my life, and a lot of positive quotes and whatnot. It takes time though, like to be able to do that and get in a creative space to be able to, get everything the way I want it to be. But regardless, I have aspirations to open up multiple schools. I have aspirations to invest in realty. I want to buy a couple of rental properties and rent them out. I also want to invest into making my own product. I have a great product line in mind that I just write down and continuously. I buy other products that I feel that we need in the industry, and I feel like what people want, whether it's for the beard, whether it's for the skin, whether it's for the hair. I constantly ask my customers those questions, and I write them down. I say, oh man, most people are using matte paste, or most people are using a very firm gel or a super hold gel or something like that. And then I get the brands that they use and I purchase them and I study them, and I'm like, oh, I like this one or not, it flakes too much, or I like the scent or whatever. But I do that. That's gonna be something that I venture into down the line. But I have it in mind, and once I'm ready and I have my finances really set, then that's something that I'm going to venture into. And I have friends that are already doing it, so to have that help, it motivates me as well. But I want y'all guys to understand, man, there's nothing wrong with wanting more, and nothing wrong with you being your best. And sometimes you're going to have to be alone. Sometimes you're going to have to not be around people that are not thinking like you. You have to surround yourself with people that are like-minded, that want more out of life, that want to be able to travel, that want to be able to have a nice house, nice cars, whatever, man. Like, I'm not saying that it's all materialistic stuff that you want, but we have to understand that money is a tool that you need to learn how to use instead of it using you. Just like, we have Netflix, we have all these, entertainment that can take your time, and that'll take your mind away from you achieving goals. And I'm pointing to my little notebook because I always have my notebook and I jot down ideas. I jot down, um, questions that I have. Whatever I feel like I need to work on, my weaknesses, my strengths. I just write stuff down all the time. I'm old school. I don't like doing everything on my phone, but I want y'all guys to understand that you have to believe in yourself, that you can, and you're capable. It's inside of you to be able to create the life that you want. It's you can't limit yourself. You can't tell yourself like, well, nah, man, I was never really good at reading, or I was never really good at drawing, I was never really good at whatever it may be. You're not good yet, but that was a long time ago when you were a kid, when those things happened or you were not able to. Whatever you tried and you failed, you can fix and you can do better. But it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a positive mindset. If you fail, it's a lesson that you learned, and you have to see it that way. Not so much as a, oh well, I couldn't do it the first time, so nah, that ain't for me. Can't live like that, man. And I'm speaking. A lot of times, I'm just speaking to people that are entrepreneurs out there. A lot of y'all can relate to what I'm saying, because when I speak to people that are, 9-to-5 people, or they already have a career, it's kind of harder for me to relate to you, because I don't know that life like that. Like when I was growing up, yeah, I did work for companies, and I worked a 9-to-5. I worked for Budweiser. I worked for, a couple of companies out there when I was younger. I hated it. I hated it, but that doesn't mean that it gets any easier when you become an entrepreneur. It's not an easier route. Believe me, it's not. Because you make a lot of money, but you pay a lot of taxes, and you got to take care of your medical, you got to take care of your dental, you got to take care of your vision, you got to take care of life insurance, you got to take care of like a lot of things, Social Security, Medicaid, all that kind of stuff, man. You got to pay all that. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm like glorifying the entrepreneur life and it's just like all rainbows and sunshine every day, because it's not. You have a lot of ups and downs, but it makes you stronger. I've come from it's been a long time since where I come from, man. And I used to be just a regular barber that used to cut hair and do designs. I wanted to be the best like barber I could be, like complete barber, not just designs, portraits, or doing art. I wanted to be able to do the best tapers, the best ball fades, the best, comb overs, the best flat top, the best afro. I wanted to be a respected, from where I'm at, it's like a lot of black people in San Antonio, at the time, they didn't trust Hispanics. Like, man, y'all don't know what y'all doing, how to handle this hair, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it hurt my feelings at first, but I was like, I understand what you're saying. I respect it. I got to get better at it, and I did. And thankfully, I was surrounded by a lot of barbers that I knew that were my friends, and they taught me. And then I learned how to cut Asian hair because I had an Asian friend that taught me, And then when it comes to Middle Eastern people, it's like, man, like every ethnicity, I wanted to know how to cut their hair. I wanted to be able to have dialogue with them. I wanted to respect their culture. And that's just who I was. Like, I never wanted to limit myself to just cutting one specific type of person. I grew up cutting my kids, so I was able to cut other kids, and I got good at that. And I've been cutting kids for a long time. I still cut kids now. But my ultimate goal is to be able to retire from cutting hair. I want to be a full-time instructor. I want to be a full-time owner. I want to be a full-time realtor, renting out that's what I want to do. I feel like those are areas that I never thought I could do, but now I'm very confident that I can. I'm surrounded by people that are doing it currently, and I know a lot of people don't see me as a competition. I'm not here to take people's money. I'm not here to compete with all these. I'm just one man trying to achieve dreams so I can spend more time with my family and make a difference, make an impact in San Antonio. I want to guide a lot of these young people, not only in cutting hair, but I want to share all the things that I've accomplished. I'm gonna lay it all out there and look, man, I can help you do these things, and if I don't know, I know someone that can do it, and we're gonna get you there. And it's just making that connection. But I want to help people become better human beings, man. I want them to believe in themselves. I just want to empower people. I want to give back to my community. I love giving back, whether it's free haircuts, whether it's backpacks, whether it's school supplies, whether it's giving away Christmas presents, whether it's, you know, Thanksgiving's next week, you know, what can we do to give back, you know, and all those kind of things. But once I get my school going, I think we'd be able to do that a lot more, because currently now I have to cut hair to pay my bills. Still got to run the barbershop. But once we open the barber school and I have to move my barber shop to its own location, then I'm going to have a barber school and a barber shop. Then I'm planning on opening another barber school, you know, so, in a different area where it's a standalone building and it's a bigger project, a lot more money. I'm currently working my credit to get it up to 800. I'm above 700 right now, but there's little things, inaccuracies. So I had to pay to look at my credit, my FICO score, and all that kind of stuff. So I study that. How do I build up my credit? What do I have to do? I got multiple accounts open. I have credit cards. I'm in good standing. Excuse me. I'm in good standing with everything. I pay all my bills on time. So I want to make sure that I'm doing everything right, understanding how much do I have to pay in order to get into that 800 credit score. And what I mean by that is, you know, you're supposed to use 30% of your credit card. So if you have a credit card that's $1,000, you want to stay at that $300 range. You want to spend it and keep it there. So you want to spend, let's say you spend up to $500 at the end of before it's time for your payment, the day before your payment, you want to pay it down to $300. So make a $200 payment, get it back down to $300, and you're gravy. And you want to keep it like that consistently. And these are things that I'm learning. And then you look at your credit report. There's going to be some reporting that's inaccurate. There's some, you know, like you have the 3 Equifax, you have, you know, the other 2. I'm not like 100% familiar with everything, but you want to look at all 3 of them and make sure that they're reporting the same thing. And there's going to be some inaccuracies, and so you have to write this letter and do. I have someone that I'm paying to do it, which I recommend, but you can do it on your own. But what I'm saying is, you can learn this. There's YouTube videos, there's Instagram videos where people are teaching you what to do and what steps to take. I don't have the time to do all that. I know I'm learning, but I just said, you know what, I'm going to pay this gentleman $400 to do all that. So that guarantees me 6 months of him checking my credit, telling me, hey, Mr. Joe, do this, Mr. Joe, do that. And I just pay, and that's what I'm paying for, his expertise, because that's what he specializes in. I don't mind investing $400 into getting my credit above 800. Because once I do that, then I'm capable of buying multiple homes. Then I'm capable of getting another business loan. I'm already almost done paying my current business loan, so I'm great with that, and making sure that all my credit cards. And then this same person is gonna teach me how to get a business credit. I can't currently do that with the bank that I'm functioning with right now, but there's other banks out there that help you with your business credit, and I gotta build that up because it's its own entity. I'm opening my own S corporation, so you need to learn what S corp is. I'm currently an LLC right now, so those are all things that when I have my notebook, I write down, ask questions, talk to my clients. My clients recommend accountants. You know, they recommend other people that know how to handle business, and CPAs and stuff like that. Then I get their numbers, and hey, Mr. Whatever referred me to you. I just need help. I'm doing this. I'm currently ready to open up multiple businesses, and blah, 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 blah. And then you go from there. So don't ever think that it's impossible to be in my position or to be in, you know, Jeff Bezos' position. You can't limit yourself, man. You can. Now, do you want to put yourself in that position? You got to be able to handle stress. You got to be able to control your emotions. You got to be very mature to handle that money. Because when you start having, let's say you got $100,000 in the bank, and you have that mentality of, man, I'm gonna go buy a necklace, I'm gonna go buy cars, I'm gonna go buy all this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's be smart now. Let's make sure that we invest this money. Make sure your taxes are taken care of. Make sure that it's gonna be beneficial to you and that it's gonna be a smart investment. If it's not gonna multiply your worth, then let's hold off on that, and let's set you up to use this money, and don't let that money use you. Because at the end of the day, money doesn't make you wealthy. The time makes you wealthy. Free time makes you wealthy to be able to do what you want to do. You want to travel to Venice, you want to travel to Cancun, you want to travel to Greenland, wherever. I don't know where people want to go. I'm just saying, I plan on traveling around the world myself. I want to go tour Europe. Those are things that I plan on doing in my future. but I have to set up all these businesses and make money while I'm sleeping. I want to make residual income. And when the money comes, I don't want to mishandle it, because I've done that in my past. I've done that where I've made a substantial amount of money and I spent it all on stuff that was not beneficial to me. I didn't set myself up for success. I set myself up for failure, trying to be what these people are telling me to be in the music, listening to rap music, thinking that I need to be this gangster, thinking I need to have rims with 28s on them, thinking that I need to have like all these things. Now, I'm not bashing anybody that loves that stuff and that makes them happy. What I'm saying is, for me, I have bigger dreams. So that right there is not gonna get me closer to my dream. But when I work on myself, I do meditation, I do self-development in the mornings, I read my books that I'm constantly buying books, I'm constantly following people on Instagram and YouTube to help me become better. My mentors, which are people that are in the barber industry that are doing very well, I see them doing it, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna reach out to him. Let me send him a message. Hey, can you be my mentor? You know, what can we do? Then I have to set up a week where I'm gonna be with this person and just shadow them and pay them to, hey man, teach me what I'm doing, teach me what I need to do, what I'm doing wrong, and teach me what I need to do to make it right. And if I break it down and tell them all the steps that I'm already taking, they're gonna be like, you're on your way. This is what you need, blah blah blah, and you watch them do it. And then they're gonna connect you with people that they're already, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you build your network up, man. And you can't be afraid to go to these barber shows. You can't be afraid to go to these events and invest. You know, we invested to go to Miami. We invested to go to Connecticut. We invested to go out to Cali. We invested to go to Seattle. We invested to go to even to the Valley. I went in Texas. Like, it's, you know, a 4-hour drive, and I took the time off from work to go be down there and be around people that I've already known. But there's 2 gentlemen that I know down there that have a school, and I'm like, okay, man, this is what I'm doing. How can you help me? What can I do better? Or how can I make this happen faster? Or what problems that you have that you think that I need to be prepared for? And they're very open. So shout out to them for showing love. I'm not anybody's competition, man. I'm just trying to better myself in order to make an impact for people in San Antonio. You know, like I said, I don't bash anybody, man, but I know that, like, the Palm Mitchell Barber School is not where it's at. I know that there's another barber school that's, you know, already accredited and everything. I know that's not where it's at. So all these people that are hungry for knowledge are not learning from people that are already doing what they want to do. And that's why I said, you know what, it's imperative that I become an instructor, which I'm already licensed in the state of Texas, and no longer is the program being given out. So I'm one of the last instructors that graduated or whatever. But I'm telling you, man, there's a lot out there that we can accomplish. But if you put limitations on yourself, man, you're not gonna get there. And if you keep thinking the way you did when you were, you know, 10 years ago, you're gonna stay in the same place. You have to have a change of mind. You have to have a change of desires, of beliefs, all that kind of stuff. You gotta mature. You gotta evolve. And this is pretty much what I'm just trying to teach y'all right now. It's just, you know, I'm in my space right now. I'm cool. I'm clear. I'm thinking focused. I'm very, very focused in thinking. But I want to just convey this message and let y'all know that no matter what you're going through right now, you got to turn it around and say, you know what, man, I want to do better. And if you're a person right now that's a barber that's not getting a lot of clientele, or you're overwhelmed with clientele, there has to be a way that you can kind of mediate that. And it's either you lift your prices up and you have an online app to kind of like get rid of so much of that. You're putting too much energy out and you're not getting it back, and you're constantly drained, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not loving cutting hair anymore. You could get away from being behind that chair. You have to raise your prices. If you're too busy, you're too cheap. My prices are $45 to $50, and I know that I only have to cut 7 people a day. 7. That's it. That's all I gotta cut, and I only gotta work 5 days a week, and I make my money. And most of my clientele, which I'm very grateful for, they tip me well. We have great relationships. I mean, I'll tell you, for example, one of my good clients, I cut the kid's hair, got to come over, everything went well, but I didn't cut this little piece where the part is. I didn't cut it as short as the mama wanted. Mama wasn't here, daddy came. So then what did Joe have to do? They called me, hey Joe, you know, sorry, picture days tomorrow, can we take him back? And I'm like, man, we're already closed. But you know, for me, I said that I was gonna drive all the way to their house and fix it. So I did that. So that's what you get with me. So that's what I recommend that y'all guys do. So I'm very appreciative of all y'all support, and I just want to say, man, have a great day, stay blessed, and stay faded.